Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trina, and in today's video, it is going to be my October TBR picks. I'm going to pick out prompts and such for October, and we'll just go from there. September, I have not really been that successful when it comes to my TBR because I did a little bit of a reading vlog situation, and I already have that up in my channel if you're interested. It is the Percy Jackson and the Olympians whole series reread vlog plus the additional new books in that series. If you're interested in that, I will leave the link down in the description for you if you want to watch that. But for today, I'm going to try my best to pick out some prompts, some books for the prompts that we pick out for today that are something that I would be interested in reading. And I am feeling a little bit of like wanting to read more, and I am in decision paralysis as of the moment because all of the good books, it is October, spooky season, so we have a lot of choices between cozy mysteries, like cozy fantasy can also be an option, a lot of mystery thriller horror books that are good, horror anthologies, short stories, and also a lot of classic books that are in the horror or gothic genre that I am pretty interested in reading. So we're going to begin picking out a few prompts. I am thinking of picking out 8 prompts today, and we'll see. I have here like appropriately festive colors, I guess, of orange and yellow for Halloween, and my usual TBR jar situation here. So I'm thinking of picking 4 from the specifically Halloweenish, horror-ish genre, and then 4 from the regular pile that I have here. So we're going to begin. I'm going to do the not horrific or horror-related theme first. Like, not all of the colored ones are like horror themes, but like some of them are. Favorite genre is the first one. My favorite genre, I guess, you could say it's either fantasy or gothic horror or psychological horror. So we're going to pick out our prompts first, and then I will look for the books and explain why I chose those books, because I'm having a hard time thinking. I don't have like immediately in my brain what to pick for this, because I could also go for like historical fiction is also one of my favorite genres, some sort of like mythology related, so that could be also one that I could choose for this prompt. We'll choose an orange one for the next one, a short horror book or horror short book. So I already have like something in mind for this one, so we'll wait later and see if whatever it is I'm going to pick out for that, but there's already something that I would want to pick out for that. So next we have here, I wasn't able to pick out anything, something fell off, turn that, and here is part of your quarterly TBR. Okay, so I've already set up my quarterly TBR off camera, and it's not that complete yet, but we'll see if what I end up choosing from that, because I kind of forgot as well what my quarterly TBR is. A standalone. So it's not necessarily horror, but it is a standalone book. Next prompt here, I would like to dig at like the very bottom, because those are the prompts that we don't usually get picked out if I just keep pulling from the top. A thrifted book. Okay, I don't have my thrifted books here with me because all of my thrifted books are like office books, so they are at the office. But I do have like, I remember the titles of one of them. So that is already 5. So I need to pick 2 more from here and 1 more from here. Let's pick another orange. Continue a series. Okay. Not necessarily horror themed, but still it is what it is. Oops. The last one for the regular prompts. It is the same color as your shirt. I guess it's the cover. My shirt right now is color white with army green designs. And then last one, we'll choose a yellow prompt. Choose this one. A book with a body or body part on the cover, so appropriately horrific. And these are the 8 prompts that we have here picked out, and I'm going to look for all of the books that will fit these prompts, and I will come back in a bit. Okay, I shall do my best to explain each of the books that I've chosen. So here we are with the TBR for October. There's still one space here because I want to show you guys the options later for Q4 TBR situation. So the first one that we pick out for the prompt is favorite genre. I decided to do like mythology related or Roman Empire related. The Will of the Many by James, is it Islington or Islington? I'm not sure. But I have heard many good things about The Will of the Many. And to me, I am still in that Roman Empire-ish kick after reading the Red Rising series. Although I have not finished the Red Rising yet, I am at that point wherein I am solidly good with the first 3 books and I have not continued with the rest of the series. So I'm putting it at the back for now, and I just wanted to read The Will of the Many. I believe that this is very political, as always with like Roman-related storylines, pretty much a what do you call this, a sort of government situation, and I am really quite interested when it comes to like Roman Empire-esque sort of political books. So that is it for the fave genre that I have chosen. Next is a short horror book. I decided to choose a classic. Moving forward, I'm actually thinking that I would want to finish at least one classic, whether long or short, for each month of the year. That is like one of the goals as of the moment. So I decided to choose The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. This one, I believe, is some sort of like a paranormal investigation sort of book wherein this house is being haunted. Like the person who used to own this house is being haunted by the people who are involved in like, I can't really remember, but they are like being haunted, like the owners are being haunted until the point of their death. And then this group of people, one of them is like the heir to this house, and then others are like paranormal investigations, and some are like sensitive to the paranormal. That's why they have been invited to this house to investigate what is really happening in this house. And it's sort of like a labyrinth-ish style. Kind of reminds me of the House of Leaves situation. So I decided to choose Haunting Hill House because it is short, and I believe it is like a quick read. So for the next prompt, Q4 TBR, I do have my TBR listed at the back here. Be easier to go through. So actually, 2 of my choices for October TBR is in Q4. One of them is of course Will of the Many, as I mentioned, and later on The Body Scout. So I have a few choices here. I'm kind of leaning to Frankenstein because Frankenstein I was planning on bringing to my best friend and I's like slumber party sort of situation wherein we spend a day together for my birthday, and I'm leaning into Frankenstein. However, I've already chosen a classic, so who knows, since Haunting of Hill House is already very short, maybe we'll do Frankenstein. So for the QRTBR pick, it is going to be Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, a classic of creating a monster by Dr. Frankenstein, and I have always been curious on how the story goes, and it is like the perfect season for it as well. I could have chosen Dracula, but Dracula is quite a bit longer compared to Frankenstein, and I've already have The Will of the Many, which is also quite a hefty book. So Frankenstein it is. For a standalone, I'm still in the kick of my Rick Riordan reading, so I'm going to just continue with all of the books, trying to read all of the Rick Riordan and then the Riordan Presents books. So The Sun and the Star is my next pick. This is the Nico D'Angelo and Will Solis story, and as of the moment, I do have an electronic copy of it, but I'm thinking I would want to buy the physical copy for this because I'm slowly collecting all of the Rick Riordan books that I really love. So this is basically their like sort of love story, I guess, and how their adventures went while Percy Jackson and Annabeth and Grover are doing their own thing. This is the relationship of Nico and Will. And I've already read actually the first introductory chapter, like a first few paragraphs in the book, and it already is breaking my heart. So this is going to be a good book, I could tell. Next we have is a thrifted book. I only have 3 choices for a thrifted book. One is Atlantis, which is like a very sciencey book. Many people do say that it is quite boring because it's more sciencey talk rather than adventuring to the location where Atlantis is supposed to be. It's a sci-fi book. Sci-fi or fantasy situation. The other one is Prophet. And Prophet is actually, I've already read it, but I soft DNF'd it at the beginning of the year because that is more of like religion, whether or not abortion is whether you're pro or against abortion, and what does the government say versus what does religion say about abortion. It's quite heavy. And yeah, I wasn't really feeling it, even though I'm like almost 2/3 of the way through the book. I just DNF'd it. So my only choice for thrifted book as of the moment, because I'm not planning on thrifting any more books, is Avalon, The Return of King Arthur by Stephen Lochhead. This is another like book wherein there are a lot of politics and laws related. I don't know why I'm in a kick for like political sort of books. However, this is more of like inheritance, inheriting a whole plot of land, rights to this land, history that is hidden by the nobility, and who is the true heir of the Scottish and British empire. And so I'm actually like a fourth, or like a little bit of a fourth into this book. And already this is kind of a bit of a draggy sort of book, but I'm hoping that I'm able to finish it one of these days. Hopefully in the month of October, if I'm being honest, but we'll see about that. I'm just putting it out there because we picked a thrifted book. Next is Continue series. This is another book that I have started but have not finished yet. I think I've started this around August and did not finish it yet. I'm halfway through the book. It is The Dark Prophecy by Rick Riordan as well. This is book 2 of the Trials of Apollo series. I don't know, I just fell off it one day and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to continue. I'm going to pick up another book. And since I'm still in my Rick Riordan kick, as I've said, I am thinking of continuing this book and hopefully finishing it. This is going to be a quick read because I'm halfway through it, and Rick Riordan books tend to be on the quick read, shorter side because they are middle grade, so I'm hoping to finish this one fast. Next is the same as the color of my shirt. I am chasing this a little bit. My shirt is white in color with black and army green camouflage design, and I don't have any book that would fit it unless it is part of a series that I have not started the first book with. So I'm choosing it. I chose a white book, This Savage Song by V. Schwab. I have not read actually the synopsis for this book, but I did see that there is a version of this book cover that is white with black flowers, roses, branches, sort of thing. So I really love V. Schwab. My favorite of her books is the Villains series, and also I have read Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab, and also Cassidy Blake series, the first book I've read. But Cassidy Blake is a very middle grade ghost stories, so I wanted to see if this Savage Song is any good. It also is the start of the series, so I'm starting a lot of series right now. 1, 2, technically this is a series as well, so 3. Technically this is also a series, but this is like the last book in a series, that's why I can't really relate that much. This is the 4th or 3rd book, I guess, in the series, but I don't mind. It was cheap. But in any case, so this Savage Song is for the white book. And then last is the book with a body or body part on the cover. I decided to pick The Body Scout by Lincoln Mitchell, or whatever, however you pronounce that. But this is more of like cybernetic sci-fi horror. And I am actually have been interested in reading like a lot of books wherein there are body parts in the cover because I think that is very spooky. So that is it for the TBR for the month of October. I hope that this is going to be fast because if you have seen my September wrap-up, which I'm actually not sure if I'm going to put this TBR before or after the wrap-up, but once it is up, you will, if you have seen it, my September TBR is kind of sad. So this is it for October TBR. Hopefully I could get, my goal is like 4 of the 8 done halfway, and that will be successful for me. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. So until then guys, take care and bye.